sleepy, but not quite sleepy enough to go to bed. I really want to play more Higurashi because we're at like a cool part, or like we're getting to the good part where there's the actual mystery. So, and I want to get through more of the boring slice of life shit. Like it goes back and forth, but still. I'm eating chili, cornbread casserole. Might as well tweet out that I'm doing that. Why is it buffering? Why do I need to restart? Not receiving as much. Okay. What the fuck does that mean? $2,500, really? Okay. Let's see if I can get away with 3,000. Okay, seems to be fine. I guess I'll hang out a little bit longer and finish eating because I don't want to play the game and eat at the same time. Alright. Nice. Shit's adjusted. Let me finish this food. What else? those spicy peppers that when they got on my hands, they like burned my hands really bad. I use them in this, and they're delicious. Clean Plate Club. Ugh. I feel so busy yet so behind at the same time. I have not been working on my backlog of YouTube videos. I've got like a vacation vlog, a birthday vlog, a vlog for when I moved into here like a couple weeks ago. Oh god. Damn it. I just wiped off some of my makeup. Oh well. But damn, lighting's not working. I used white, purple, darker purple, and like a maroon-ish color. Like, okay. Time to load this shit up. Let's see how much I can get into before my sleep meds kick in. Come on, desktop audio. Why is it not coming up? Okay, if I do like a random YouTube video. Sure, Bald and the Beautiful. Okay, it's just that quiet. Okay, it's just that quiet. Okay, it's just that quiet. Wasn't this quiet before? Seems like we can finally get into it now. Oh my god, what was I doing? Oh, right. Pop out chat. Alright, here we go. Oh my god, I'm gonna need to clear my throat so much. Okay, so... Alright, let's continue. Colonel Sanders? Of course, that's right up her alley. I understand her wanting to take home Sadako and Rika-chan, but I can't understand the Colonel Sanders. What's so good about that four-eyed geezer? This reminds me, speaking of the word geezer, it's close enough. Someone I know said that I say the word gooner weird. Because I guess it's like gooner, like, is how I say it. But it's like, what, gooner? Is that how you're supposed to say it? Gooner? That sounds weirder. But like, gooner. Anyways. Probably better to hear it from Reina, don't you think? She'll probably just say, because it's just so cute though. Does Reina often go to the construction site to hunt for treasure? Every now and then she says she's going to have a look. But a girl her age rummaging around in garbage is, well, if Reina enjoys it, then I think it's fine. Good on you. Who are you to say who should do what? What were they doing over there? Dam construction? It had been bugging me since yesterday, like an itch I couldn't scratch. It was cancelled a long time ago. Everyone gathered together and fought against it. Hearing an ominous word like fought come from Rika-chan's mouth startled me. That's right. It was unbelievable. They said Hinamizawa would be sunk into the reservoir and we had no say in the matter. So I'm the only able to be here because the protest succeeded. I'm sorry. I didn't keep you, did I? Did I? My deepest apologies, Kate-chan. It took me a while to powder my nose. Sadako, wait to use the can until you really have to go. It's a lot easier since it shoots right out. Eek. Eek. How dare you speak that way to a maiden of unparalleled beauty such as myself? Who was she calling a maiden? If Sadako really was a maiden, she wouldn't have reacted like that. The usual hijinks ensued. God. Now then, gentlemen, in accordance with the rules of our society, I bring a point to discussion. He, Keiichi Maebara-kun, wishes to be included as a member in our activities. What say you? Reina has no objection. Oh, I wonder if the likes of this peasant is up to the task. Me and Sadako both approve. The three that Mion had queried voiced their approval. A unanimous decision. Congratulations, Keiichi Maebara-kun. I present you the honor of being allowed to take the entrance exam for our club. Start from the beginning. I didn't say I wouldn't join. Or I didn't say I would join. What club is this? What our club does, you see? In order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities under a different set of rules. Sometimes they're in your favor, and sometimes they work against you. I'm just thinking about parallels that could be done. I'm pretty weak, so I'd prefer if you didn't single me out. Let's try to get along. You're so naive, Reina. The law of the jungle is survival of the fittest. This was starting to sound a bit sketchy, so what kind of club was it? To sum it up, it's a club where we play games together. Rikichan was the only one to answer my question with a pertinent response. So basically this club put Mion's hobby of collecting games to use by playing the various games that Mion had hoarded every day. It seemed that, depending on the day, there were prizes for the winner or a penalty for the person who finished in last place. I'll make this clear right now. We aren't playing house here. You should treat each win or loss as if your life depends on it, alright? What's wrong with just having fun? Don't make it sound so crazy. The first rule of our society, aim only for first place. Going at it half-assed just because it's a game is not allowed. That is a big thing, is like, I don't believe in going easy. Like, definitely don't cheat and don't fight dirty, that's for sure, but like, oh my god. I just realized I did not switch my shit over. Man. I'm glad I caught it now. Rule number 2 of our society. For that reason, you are obligated to make all possible efforts. The way Sadako said it, it sounded like she was saying use any means necessary. Hey, don't scratch. Goliath. Goliath, come here. He doesn't have anything to scratch on in here, so I can't blame him. Of course, I will do my best too. Weak, but I'm trying my best. I knew what they were trying to say. In a game where everyone is aiming for the top, it's rather unsportsmanlike to play just for fun. I think you need to go out. In a game where everyone is aiming for the top, it's rather unsportsmanlike to play just for fun. Alright, then I too will go all out. With that, I was finally ready for the rite of initiation, my baptism into the club. A word of warning, Kei-chan. Reina can get pretty nasty. This initiation looks like it's gonna be rough. Mion began fishing around in the student lockers in the back of the room. They have the games here at the school. Well, it's club equipment, so I guess it's fine. Complicated games would put Kei-chan at a disadvantage, so today we'll play a game that you should be familiar with. How about a standard card game, like Old Bachelor? Alright, let's do this. Can't really get into it unless there's a penalty. This time the loser will be sentenced to having their face drawn on. What do you think? Whoa, whoa. It won't be an oil-based paint, right? Right? Oil-based. Face painting with oil-based paint? That is perfect. Sadako cheered the idea on. She didn't even flinch at the thought of such a severe penalty. It seems like she was raring to go. If it's going to be like this, then I can't lose either. Then I'll just cut the deck and start dealing. Old Bachelor is pretty much the same as Old Maid. There's only one difference. There's no Joker. In its place, one card is pulled out at the start. I don't really care for card games, like... I can't remember some of the ones I've played in the past. Meaning there will be one card without a match left over at the end. You don't know which card will end up being the Joker. It's a pretty thrilling game. I'll take out the card now. Reina took out one card and left it face down on the table. Everyone stared at the card intently. Well, it'll be pretty obvious in the end game. No way to tell it at the start. But the rest of them were very serious. They didn't seem as relaxed as I was. They compared the cards to the one face down, all while gauging others' reactions. It was as if they could see what the face down card was. No, it couldn't be. This deck is pretty worn out. No way. Can everyone tell by the scratches what the card on the table is? Remember the second rule of our society? Kei-chan must try his hardest to win as well. A number of cards are quite unique. Kei-kun should be able to remember them pretty quickly. She said that so matter-of-factly. Suits me fine. Don't think a little thing like that can be your crutch. I lashed out angrily, but it was rather obvious I was at a disadvantage. After all, they'd gone so far as to memorize the wear and tear for each individual card. This wasn't a simple game of Old Bachelor. If this was a test, then they were playing with the answer sheet in front of them. Bring it. I'll take advantage of your carelessness and beat you at your own game. That baseless confidence would soon be crushed. What about I tell you... Oh my god. How about I tell you your hand starting from the right? 3, 4, 9, Jack, Queen. Ah! By the way, the Bachelor is the Jack of Diamonds. Ah! I can tell what they are, even if you switch them around. I am out. No! I thought I was prepared, but for it to be this brutal, it's just overwhelming. Demons. You're all demons. Reina isn't a demon, are you? Sorry, Kei-kun. This is the 3 of Hearts, isn't it? I'm out. No! Not even a hint of mercy, Reina. Even Rika-chan. These club activities weren't to be trifled with. An alumnus of this club would definitely survive in the cruelest of situations. Would they? If our entire class had self-detonating collars strapped to our necks and were dropped into a death match on a deserted island, these guys would probably take it to it like a fish to water. Battle Royale reference. I really like that. I remember watching that in high school. It was like, not a comfort movie, but like kind of at the same time. I can already picture their joy as they hunt down... I didn't even get the chance to read that before I clicked. It's a lowest point system. The order itself dictates the points. Whoever has the lowest point total wins. Since Kei-kun finished last, he has 5 points. There's already a 5 marked down on my scoreboard. I think it's unfair to Kei-kun if we don't use a new deck. It's fine, it's fine. Kei-chan is a man after all. He can turn the tables even if the odds are stacked against him, right? It's fitting for a lowly peasant to scamper home and soak their pillow in tears, don't you think? A petite hand laid itself on top of my head, which was trembling from uncontainable frustration. It was Rika-chan's. Keep on fighting, yeah? Thanks to Rika-chan's words of encouragement, I was able to calm down. You need to be calm, especially when you're cornered. That's the power I could muster during this crisis. Think clearly, Keiichi Maebara. Hang on. How long? Okay, only like 25 minutes. Think clearly, Keiichi Maebara. Take your time and look at something. Didn't read it. It's just as Reina said, each card has its own distinct markings that made them stand out. Memorizing them should be pretty simple. Think about what you can do in this situation. Try everything in your power to improve your chances of victory. I remember thinking like this as a kid and like just like hoping and praying for certain things in like such a fleeting way. Whoa, great, Kei-chan, just like that. I uncovered the uniquely marked cards with my hands or other cards, arranging them in such a way that they couldn't be seen. Good idea. The one with the ripped corner should be the 5, and I'm out. I couldn't let any of those precious hints slip by me. All information is a weapon. Then it was my turn. Sadako fanned out her cards for me. You see, I want the 7. Is it this one? I wonder about that. You won't know unless you take it. There is a bit of dismay in her expression. Like she doesn't want it taken, that kind of expression. I won't let that momentary lapse slip by me. I know. It's this one. Got it. 7 of spades. A cheer of ooh rang out. What's this? The 7 should be the hardest one of all to tell apart. It wasn't from memorizing the markings. Those slight changes in their expression as I was selecting a card were enough. Can't hide it from me, Kei-chan. This mark means that it's the 2 of diamonds. What? She was startled by her own misread. Of course everyone else was too. Whoa, it's rare that Mi-chan gets a card wrong. No, Kei-chan, could it be you? They told them apart by different marks. That mark was a nail scratch, so I put a new one on it. How did they not foresee that happening? Diamonds? What an impressive show of wit. Kei-chan landed a clean hit. Also, like, it's weird because it's like, if it's all worn out and it's got the same symbols, and they're all on the same playing field of, like, being able to recognize them all, like, how would they not get old how would that not get old to them? So it's like kind of creepy just imagining them like all having the game sort of memorized for them or like cheatable. And it's like, do they just play these games with I don't know, like it's hard to believe they wouldn't foresee someone just making new markings over the cards. That's great, Keiichi-kun. That was an incredible match, you know. Having defeated the Forerunner and Mion, my brilliant battle left me ecstatic. But by total points, it was already set in stone that Mion would win and finish last. And I would finish last. I laughed haughtily, selecting the tone of my voice carefully to get on Mion's nerves. Well, I'm going to end up the loser, but I'm satisfied with one-upping Mion at the end. That should be the proverbial slap in the face to Mion, who was at the top already in assured victory. Even if Kei-chan gets first place this round, he'll still end up last place overall. Don't you hate that? Of course I do. Let's have a duel. One chance. If you win, then we'll swap first and last place. How about it? You up for it? She fell for it. A chance for an upset that wouldn't be possible without goading her into it. One chance, you say? Let me hear the rules. Mion discarded 2 cards from her hand and replaced one with a joker card that was on the table. Then she shuffled the resulting hand. Hold on. Okay. The card in my right or the card in my left. If Kei-chan can guess which hand the joker's in, then he wins. When you turn around just now, you didn't pull out the joker, did you? If you lose, I'll show you the card in the other hand. That okay? The other 3 gulped nervously at this unexpected turn of events. Alright, you've got it. Mion grasped one card in each hand and thrust them out at me. First, I needed to inspect them closely. The card on the right hand had no distinguishing marks. I couldn't tell which one it was. Which one, I wonder? Keiichi-kun, be careful. Yeah, of course. This is my chance for a big comeback. Looking closely at the card on the left, I saw a little wear. It wasn't one that I hadn't seen before. That card is... I didn't let that bit from Sadako slip by me. Mion clicked her tongue. I didn't recognize the mark on the left card from the small one that small number that I had memorized. I didn't know what the left card was, but I could tell from Sadako's reaction that the card had already appeared during the game. Since it had already appeared before, it meant that it definitely wasn't the Joker. I love mind games like this shit. It reminds me of like watching Death Note and shit. But yeah. Oh, Kei-chan thinks it's the one on the right. Will you choose that one then? Will you? The left card definitely wasn't the Joker. If I could trust that theory, then I shouldn't have been able to declare that the card on the right was the Joker. Even without Mion's taunting, the one on the right was the most suspicious. But wasn't it a bit too rash to decide based solely on Sadako's reaction? Hold on a second. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little bit longer and then I'll log off because I am tired. But wasn't it a bit too rash to decide based solely on Sadako's reaction? More carefully. Ah, I remember now. That mark, the left card? No doubt about it. The 7 of clubs. It's the 7 of clubs I see. I've won. The card on the left was the 7 of clubs. So that meant the card on the right was the Joker. And then just before my hand touched the right card, I froze. I would expect no less from you. There was a wave of murmurs amongst the onlookers at my sudden halt, right before I confirmed the right card was the Joker. Huh? What could Kei-chan possibly be saying? I mean, the left one is... Shh. Oh. What makes you so certain that the right one isn't the Joker, Kei-chan? Mion let loose an unexpected question. Everyone else was baffled. I don't know what the card on the right could be, but I know that the one on the left is the 7 of clubs. Then, doesn't that leave the right one as the Joker? One of them has to be the Joker, right? Yeah, one of those is the Joker, right? Kei-chan has... good intuition. Huh? Rika-chan, what do you mean? So basically, the 7 of clubs, I discarded that by matching it with Sadako's 7 of spades earlier. Everyone's attention snapped to the discard pile at the same time. I don't know how this shit works. I don't like cards, if I'm being honest. The truth of the matter couldn't be discerned from that sloppy pile. So that means Mion pocketed one of the discarded cards, then aligned it over the left card, and that means... I see, I get it. The left card is being disguised as the 7 of clubs, right? Okay. It was the first time since the start of the match that a shadow ran across Mion's expression, and I didn't let that slip by. Then with a grand flourish, I declared it loudly. The Joker is the left one! It was an intense moment. That 1 second felt like an eternity for everyone there. Breaking that silence, the first one to speak was Mion. Being the first president of this club, I've been wanting to... Being the first president of this club, I've been witness to a variety of performances. Kei-chan, yours is the best. The best of the best of the best. That was probably the greatest compliment Mion could give. Mion accepted her defeat, dropping the cards from both hands. My comeback victory. Rika-chan placed her hand on my head and began petting it, congratulating me on my victory. Huh? Rika-chan is... Reina and Sadako gaped at us, as if they had seen a ghost. What is it, Reina? It's not as if I cheated or anything, right? This was fair and square. Rika only pets him on the head to console him. Huh? What's the meaning of this? I was thinking that too. It's like she wouldn't pet someone's head in congratulation. At that moment, Reina let out a small shriek. Keiichi-kun, this is how it was? You know, Kei-chan, I thought you'd read into it this far. Everyone froze. No, it was just me. It was a gamble. If you had just jumped to conclusions like a little brat, then I would have lost. It was the answer everyone was certain about. Mion picked up the card from the losing hand. Kei-chan, you know, you should take pride in this loss. She turned it around. That was the card that proclaimed the victor of this duel. The card under the 7 of clubs, unbelievable. It was the 2 of diamonds. It was a setup behind the setup. If I had just picked the right one without reading so deeply into it. I, Mion Sonozaki, as the club president, do accept Keiichi Mariba's membership into our club. As I slumped to my knees, dazed, everyone let out a round of applause for the excellent effort I gave despite my defeat. The match is now over. Today's victor is me, Mion Sonozaki, and our exalted loser is Keiichi Maribara. Everyone made a commotion, applauding cheerfully. I felt I was bested, but I was so soundly beaten that it unexpectedly felt rather refreshing. Having a game so good that losing brutally is not that big of a deal. It's a good feeling. When Michan pulled that little trick behind her back, I got excited. She's thinking she's going to do it again. When Keiichi-chan stopped the moment before touching the correct card, I thought he fell for it. He fell for it quite handily. Huh? Hey, wait, all of them knew from the start and still got so excited so earnestly? That takes a lot of really good acting. Everyone got excited to make it more fun. You're all demons! Now then, Keiichi-chan, it's time for your penalty. Since this is your first day participating, I'll go easy, okay? It would be a problem if you refused to come to school. The other 3 members held down my arms and shoulders firmly. Mion approached, licking her lips. Her right hand went to pull something out of her pocket. That's a felt tip marker. And it's large and oil-based. I'm gonna have to, like, save. Because I am... Oh, holy shit. I am sleepy. I'm probably gonna stream again Friday, I think. On YouTube and on Fansly. Because I'm really enjoying this. I have wanted to really play Higurashi for a long time. I need to catch up on some sleep though, because I'm gonna be so busy. I hate it. Good night. I'm gonna go lay in a puddle.